This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Let's talk about North Carolina really quick and everything that's going on there. I recently talked to a friend who is from North Carolina who's a missionary, and she let me know some of the things that are going on there. It's pretty horrific, and I'll talk about that some more in between some of these video clips I'm going to share with you.
Wow.
There are people that are still stranded. They're not getting help. They're stranded. They're landlocked. They're in floods. And the FEMA, okay, so I did go up into Asheville yesterday. There's one way in and one way out. I actually made it up into Asheville and around into OT. And the damage, I mean, houses literally washed down the road, or they're covered. There's mudslides. But Asheville, there's so many dead bodies that you can smell it. The stench is becoming unbearable. Like, you can smell it. The people are helping the people. The people are helping the people. There are literally people still in floods right now that cannot get out. There are people the people that did survive, they are in shock. They are traumatized. They watch their family members. They watch their neighbors die. We need help desperately.
This entire area is a war zone, even if not directly destroyed by floodwaters. There are men, women, and children starving, without water and sanitation. No fuel. People can't get to any distro points because they have no fuel. People are walking on foot and dragging wagons. The majority of federal and state assets are being diverted to the incorporated areas of Asheville, Black MTN, etc., and without a deliberate effort yet into the rural unincorporated areas. People are suffering, and communities are rapidly moving to isolation and self-defense and policing. There are bodies floating down the rivers. There are bodies stuck in the tops of trees. Linemen entering destroyed areas are finding dozens of children as young as 3 walking through the mud near naked, crying for their parents, some with ropes still tied on their arms attached to broken lumber, where clearly their dead parents had last-ditch tied them to something. Entire communities are just gone. Gone. Nothing to repair, and in some of the areas just no one to even help anymore. Just bodies with a stench increasing by the day. The death count will be in the thousands. Desperation is increasing, and most vets are lying on their roofs with rifles. Local rural gas stations, markets, etc. have clear militias forming with men in hodgepodge gear and rifles patrolling. We are self-policing now. Full situation continues to seemingly paint a justification for soon future massive control and lockdowns, if not martial law, frankly. Was talking to a lineman yesterday how he's finding heads and limbs every time debris is removed. Pray for these people.
I'm going to share with you some of the notes that I took when I was talking to my friend who's a missionary from North Carolina. She said that although places like Asheville that are incorporated are getting supplies, that counties like Lansing, North Carolina, Three Top, which is a small town, White Top, Avery County, are not getting a lot of supplies currently. She knows somebody who's been doing search and rescue, and that they're pulling bodies, countless bodies, out of the creeks and out of the trees. She said that in Swannanoa, that she has a family member that's there, and that there was a trailer that they're putting the dead bodies in, and that they just don't have any place for the dead bodies anywhere else. People are killing each other for food and water because they're desperate in some places. She said that there are thousands dead, and I know that's different than the number that's being reported, but if we use our God-given reasoning skills and we take into account that there are entire towns that were given very little notice of what was going to happen, many people were not able to get out with the amount of notice that they had, that they were going to be directly affected by this hurricane. If you use your reasoning skills and you understand that entire towns are just gone. I mean, just not there anymore. More than 200 people have died. You can't deny that.
We're sitting in the private portion of the airport, and we got to overhear an awful lot. The Army pilots, the Navy pilots, hospital representatives, there was a lot of chatter. While we were there, a private jet landed and 4 FEMA representatives got off. Four people off of a private jet. Come to find out, and you're not going to hear this, so let me tell you. Come to find out, Mission Hospital was told, a private hospital, that they are going to go ahead and be the morgue center for body recovery. All of the Army Chinook helicopters you're seeing flying overhead, they are doing body recovery. They told Mission Hospital they are not sending refrigerated trucks so that they can stack the bodies up. And we also overheard that whatever fatality numbers you are hearing, and this is a quote, go ahead and add a couple of zeros.
I'm in Western North Carolina, and we're working on day 6. And we still have rescue choppers flying overhead. I think I've got a little bit of survivor's guilt that our town was spared. But we need the help. The whole town was wiped out. And I'm talking about everybody who was killed. We can't go save anybody. We've been threatened. We'll get arrested. I can't imagine the people that are still up there holding on to survive. It's incredible. It's incredible that we, the people, are willing to let the government tell us that we are not allowed to save our own people.
Everybody that heard about all the supplies and planes that were coming from downtown Greenville Airport and flying up to North Carolina to deliver supplies, water, whatever anybody was donating and people were needing was being sent up there. Well, today it's awfully quiet, and we see these helicopters lined up, and they have a booth set up here and everything. Turns out that's FEMA. FEMA has shut down all the local donation operations that were going on and delivering supplies, and now they're saying that they're not allowed to deliver any more supplies anymore. So all these people are, unfortunately, have all these supplies but cannot take it up there. So
If you guys want to donate, Samaritan's Purse, Baptist on a Mission, Mercury One are good places to donate to help North Carolina. I'll include some links in this description of this video. And they also really need helicopters to help with the rescue efforts.
My name is Jonathan Howard. I'm a member of the Florida State Guard Special Missions Unit, and I'm also up here with Aerial Recovery, a nonprofit. I came up here on Sunday with Aerial Recovery before we even got activated. We flew up here, and then we got activated, which was great. I have my team up here working as well. Here's the problem. I'm going to tell you everything that's happening from the ground level. The only thing I need from this video is helicopters. If I have helicopters, I can save lives. Without helicopters, I can't reach these people. It doesn't matter how many chainsaws and trucks I got, I can't get to them. They're 10 miles in, 20 miles, 40 miles in the mountains. There's no way to get with them or even communicate with them. And these people, like I'm saying, these people are limited medication, they're running out of oxygen, and there's no one going to get them. The most effective way I have found to go find these people is by getting in a helicopter and flying down the rivers and roads and looking for SOS messages or people waving us down. And then we drop down and get them. We have all these people here. We have law enforcement, we have State Guard, National Guard. They have no way to go get these people. Yesterday, when I was at the Asheville airport refueling, which by the way, the civilian is paying all this out of his own pocket. He's not even looking for a reimbursement. I think we did 4 refuelings yesterday. And that was like just in half a day's work. We're in Asheville, and I saw 2 Air Force Helicopter 60s. And I knew they were PJs just looking at them. And I went up to them, like, hey guys, like, what are y'all doing? And like, this is what you need to be doing, this is how I'm finding people. And they're like, we can't go. We're waiting on Title 10 orders. And I'm like, what?
Also, Leah Thomas Brown is a good person to donate to, and I'll include her link here in the description of this video. And here is some footage of Leah Thomas Brown.
Share with y'all some things you may not know about what's happening in the North Carolina mountains in the aftermath of Helene. Here's number one. If you have friends or family that are headed into the mountains or who live there, the looting has picked up major steam. I was advised yesterday by a county sheriff to make sure that anybody out and about is carrying, and in his words, carrying with the safety off. There are very aggressive people out there, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this. It's not because they're necessarily awful. They're desperate. Desperate people do desperate things, y'all. And why are they desperate? Because there's no water in some of these communities. We have neighbors in North Carolina with no water. And all I can say is this: the government ain't coming to save you. Not now, not ever, because they don't care about you, the people, anymore. It is the citizens who are going to have to step it up. Now, I got to tell y'all, I was floored yesterday by how my community, which is a little over an hour away from the affected areas, showed up at donation sites with water and diapers and formula and some liquid IV. I mean, y'all brought all kind of things, bleach, vinegar. You are ready to help, and we're going to take more donations today, and we're so grateful for everything, because I'm going to get it into the hands of actual volunteers. And I was asking people, like, why are you bringing it to me? Some of y'all don't even know me. And they said, well, we don't trust the relief organizations anymore. Y'all, we have lost our organizations to grifters. We have lost our organizations to liars. And so we have to rely on each other, because that's how this country was built. This country was built patriot by patriot. And I can tell you this, as a realtor, I know my realtors in the mountains, and I have talked to them, and they know the neighbors too. So I am getting your donations into hands that are going to get it into hands. And everybody that sent me dollars, I got teams of shoppers out, and I got receipts to prove it, because we are not grifters. We are neighbors. And the patriots that are in the mountains, if you see this, if your family sees this, hear me now. You are not forgotten by the rest of North Carolina.
Stretch my hand.